Hey guys, thank you for tuning into my week 2 discussion board where we're going to be analyzing the California state budget. To start, I'd just like to mention that I've attached charts from the latest state budget documents. I've included the ones from January, May, and June. And looking right now, we're looking at the January budget proposal, and the thing that worth noting is the total state funds. We're starting at $322,269,262, and we'll be comparing the revision as well as the enacted budget to this number. When we're looking at the May budget, there is a side-by-side comparison for the total state funds, and you can see that we had a 0.12% decrease in the May revision, and that really chalked up to a $374,457 decrease where the budget started shrinking. And this is the new budget total, $321,894,805. By the time the budget was enacted on June 27, 2025, the total state funds allocated for the budget was $321,050,481, and from the original proposal in January, this was a 0.38% decrease, and that difference in dollar amount is $1.2 million difference. Something worth noting, though, is that even though there was a decrease in the budget, the number of positions actually increased between January and June, and that total number increased was by 433. I really wanted to focus on the biggest budget differences between the proposal in January and the enacted in June. And that's going to be looking at the two agencies, general government as well as government operations. General government had a $825,000 bonus, as you would say, added into their state funds. The categories overall shifted slightly. However, one of the biggest increases was the other category, starting at 16.5% of the budget, increasing by 10%. And something that I saw when analyzing the individual categories was that there was a $50,000 bump from the original proposed budget in January for peace officer standards and training communication at $56,000. And the overall budget being $104,833. In government operations, the departments were a little bit more volatile. As you can see, I wanted to take a look at the franchise tax board. That was 31.2% in January. We saw it increase up to 41.6% in the revision and only slightly decrease down to 41.3% of the total government operations. So that was a 10% budget increase, which shows that the franchise tax board was a bigger priority. However, another thing that is worth noting was the public employees retirement system. It was originally budgeted to be 38.1% of the overall government operations, but it saw a decrease down to 19.9% by the time this budget was enacted. And the retirement system lost $868,000 in their budget allowance. Thank you guys for listening to my presentation. I look forward to learning about the categories that you guys analyzed and just learning more about our overall budget. Hope you guys have a great day.